Okay, here we are for the ziti lasagna thing that I made on New Year's Day. So much easier than writing everything down. So I figured I'd make a quick short video. It shouldn't be that bad. But we started off with one foil pan sprayed. I spray it with cooking spray. Any cooking spray is good. You're really focusing on the sides, not so much the bottom, because we're going to put sauce on the bottom anyways. So I spray that, a light spray, a little heavier on the sides. And then your ziti, your sauce, your shredded mozzarella, Parmigiano Reggiano for the top, the regatta, which I pre-season the day before all the time, so it sits overnight. You want it to sit overnight. I make it at night for the next morning or the next day. Salt, pepper, and parsley. I use quite a bit of each. I like my regatta a little bit just saltier than norm. I don't just sprinkle a little bit, I sprinkle quite a bit. I probably use like a couple tablespoons all together. And then pepper it to as long as there's black pepper running all through it, and parsley so you can see it. I probably use per big container of regatta, not the small one, the big one, probably like a 1/4 cup of parsley, because I like to seam my parsley. I don't want it to get lost in my regatta. So if you're not seeing your parsley in your regatta, you got to add more. And then any type of sausage. I always use hot because we prefer it. It gives a little bit of flavor. It doesn't make the dish hot, like spicy hot. It just adds a little bit of flavor than the sweet. So there we go. So ziti sauce, shredded mozz, Parmigiano Reggiano, your regatta, and the sausage. Sprayed the pan, and we're going to start with a ladle in the bottom, maybe two. Yeah, it's going to be two. I just heap it in there. 2 ladles, like that, and it totally covered the bottom of my pan. If it doesn't after a shake, then you got to add more. That's just so nothing sticks to the bottom. My secret on that one. And then your ziti, my ziti's been sitting here, so if it gets stuck, you just rinse it with water really quick, and it will break up. So if it's hot to have it stick, and run it back under water, and then we'll have to drain it real quick. Oops, lost some of this right. I'm gonna take it. And then I let it drain really good, because you don't want it to water down the sauce too much. Sorry, I should have did this prior. Didn't think it would stick so bad, so quickly. Okay, so that's probably good. Put that there. Okay, so now I just layer. It's just like making lasagna in a way. So we're layering. I'm just pouring enough in there to make it yummified. Probably half. I made a pound of pasta, so probably about half of that, maybe, down at the bottom. I don't know, I just kind of go like that. Looks pretty good. Maybe another little scoop, because you want the bottom to be fairly... I used about half my pasta. Almost half. Not quite half. Almost half. Just eye it. Okay. Then I put on my shredded mozzarella. And you don't want to be too light. I put on nice heavy, getting all the corners, nice heavy dosing like that. And then I add in your sausage. Making a video for this. Joelle's cooking class. Tara says hello. We're so queer. So I'm just as heavy. I go pretty heavy with everything, you know, not to cover it 100%. You want air in between there, but you don't want to go too light either, so you're not getting any flavor, especially the bottom layer. I always try to make that my hearty layer, even in lasagna, you know. Okay, then we did that. Then we go to the regatta, and I don't spread it on like lasagna. I dab it. With lasagna, I spread it. I spread it out so it's a nice even layer. But with this dish, you just dab it, because you don't really want it going throughout every single little. It'll dissipate when it's cooking. So we add some dabs of that in there. do about 6 dabs, so that's pretty good. That'll dissipate. So let's see, I think we got everything, and then we go back to the sauce. Just like you would lasagna, doing everything in layers. I'm going to put this another layer, a couple things of sauce. This is where it takes a lot of sauce. Because I heap it in there until it's saucy. It's like 4 layers maybe. And give it a little shake. And it's important that you get those edges down. You want your edges down. You don't want pasta sticking up, so then it gets all hard and crusty while it's cooking. So we did that. Now we got to add pasta again, the rest of the pasta. So we dab that on. This is the rest of the pasta going in. Making a nice layer of it. Austin Pfeffer's watching. Very good. He likes to get a little pasta when we do something like that. Him and Izzy like to try it. Make sure it's okay. So I put the rest of the pasta in, except for what you give the dog. Okay, now that we did that, we gotta wash our hands. We're gonna keep taking our water. Have water. Okay, so we got that. And then we start over again. Cheese, a nice quantity of cheese, just about as heavy as your bottom layer. You want to make sure you're getting the edges because you don't want somebody to get a piece that doesn't have cheese on the edge. Okay, and I kind of flatten it out when I'm going here. That looks good. And then sausage. And this is I already cooked this. I cooked this actually. It's leftovers from the other day. All this is leftovers. That's why I decided to make it again, because we had so many leftovers from Putzels on New Year's Day. Okay, so again, get the sausage on there. Just as heavy almost as the bottom. If it's a little lighter, it's okay, because you know you did a good layer on the bottom. So the bottom is all that counts. Top can be a little skimpier if needed, if you don't have enough. It's usually a pound of sausage I did. A small package of it. I get the Gianelli small package. I have big and small. About the small package. It's about a pound. It might be a little over, but yeah, there's that. Then your dollops of ricotta. This is 2 layers. I'm doing 2 layers eating. And some pretty good dollops of ricotta. Like that. There we go. And then sauce for your top. This is the top layer now. There will be no more regatta or anything like that going in there. It's going to take about a good 5 ladles in there. I usually use everything cold, so it's odd that I'm using hot sauce, but we weren't really planning on making this today until we opened the fridge and realized, oh, we got everything we need to make this dish. So I kind of smoosh it down. You don't have to though, but I'm smooshing it. It's going to be pretty heavy because there's a lot of sauce on there. So you always want a sheet underneath this when you're making it. I usually put a sheet underneath, but I forgot. It's okay. We'll slide it onto a sheet. Never try picking it up because it'll tip all over. And then the very top layer of cheese. And if it's not as heavy, like I'm running low on cheese, so if it's not as heavy, that's where that Parmigiano Reggiano comes into play. And you're going to make sure you get it all the way around, like so. Get it all out of there. Okay, and then you top it off, some Parmigiano Reggiano. And they're fairly heavy. Get the edges, because you want somebody to get an edge piece and not have all the yummies. Okay, so that was a pretty heavy douse of that. That's it. Then you cover it with tin foil, super tight. I put 2 layers of tin foil, you know, make it nice and tight around the edges, and then bake it at 350 for approximately 1 hour, or until piping hot. But I usually do 1 hour, and that's why I leave my pasta a little chewier than al dente. because if it stays in there quite a long time, they get yummified. Everything's been cooked, so you don't have to worry about anything not cooking and getting sick, because regatta you can eat just like it is without even cooking it. But usually takes a heavy pan like this will take a good hour. A smaller pan with not so many layers, probably 45 minutes, but we got 2 layers in here, and then that's it, 2 layers, that's it. So, alright, sorry it was so long of a video, but good luck.